The thing that I found most interesting about the article was something that I hadn't really recognised, but which is probably very common, and that is that this cumulative effect of things starting to go wrong is a very real reason why people should depress. It fits the pattern, it fits all the way down the line. It's, you know, that eventually it gets to the point it's the straw on the camel's back, and eventually it gets so bad and it's so miserable and nobody understands, and you sort of fall over the edge. I don't quite know how to describe that, but all of a sudden life's not worth living anymore. When it comes to this situation of being the breadwinner, of being the provider, of being the hunter, of going out and supporting your family, yeah, it's strong. It means a lot. It meant a lot to me. I think a lot of older men might get depressed for a lot of the reasons that show up in your paper. Reasons of life is not the way they expect it to be. That there's nothing really to look forward to, just the same old job and the same old thing, and not really enough money, and the kids are getting into their teenagers and they're getting to be real rebels, and the house really needs repair, all that kind of thing. Oh yeah, stigma is huge, absolutely huge. Nobody wants to be thought of as being weak. They don't want to be looked down upon. I don't think they deserve to be looked down upon, but people do. And I had a woman come up to me, I knew her quite well, and she said to me, I've been depressed for years. I didn't know it. But don't dare tell my husband, because he won't understand. So even there, that stigma is there. She didn't want her husband to understand. Here's the one person in the world who could help you, should be able to help you. And she doesn't want to tell him, because she doesn't want to be looked down upon. She doesn't want to be seen as weak. That's my experience with stigma. There's a lot of reference in the material that I've read that talks about the stigma of suicide. I've heard people refer to suicide as the chicken's way out. You just get away from all your problems. I don't agree, but I've heard that said. Stigma can be very, very powerful. So when it comes to this role of being the provider, I was surprised that there were so many people who gave the stigma about committing suicide as the major reason for it. Had I committed suicide, the major reason while I was very depressed was to get away from the pain. It was very painful, and I just wanted it to end. I just wanted everything to go away because I was suffering. I was suffering badly, and I just wanted to say, to hell with this, I'm gone. As I got better, my views changed. And when I say it got better, through the process, the depression does lift slowly. And I remember one time driving down the highway and looking at a concrete pillar and thinking, if I turned this wheel 12 degrees, I would hit that. And that would be it. It would be all over. Ideation. It's there. I'm thinking about it. A little bit later, I look at the pillar and think, yeah, you could do that, but your insurance wouldn't pay out. And then a little bit later, what kind of situation does that leave Anne and the boys in? You know, what were you thinking? But when I was depressed, I was being very self-centered and saying, I want to get out of this.